Basketball, baby hair, and Illinois.
We'll go to Annie.
You've retired. You haven't really.
I love the air quotes.
President of Adidas Women's Basketball, wrote a book, doing all of your broadcasting stuff and so much more. What's the fire now? What's fueling you right now to continue operating at that same level?
I think I just love basketball so much that it's really scary when you're transitioning and you're putting the ball down. Like, I literally have been playing basketball since I can remember. And so, like, what's fueling me is, like, honestly still my love for the game. It's just in a different way. And I'm really big on perspective. And so, like, to sit where you all sit and ask the questions, like, to be a part of the media, to be a part of, like, Adidas on a different side where now we're signing players. And, you know, it's a different perspective, but I feel like it's still, like, fueling the same love that I have for the game. And so that's kind of like every single day. My family still gets, like, annoyed because basketball is always on in my house. Mm-hmm. And so I just really love the game. And so it's just a different way to love it.
We'll go to Naomi in the second row.
Hey, Candace. So you obviously spent a lot of time in LA, but then had the opportunity to come here in Chicago. Can you just talk about how this city and how special it is to you, even though you had a chance to call LA your second home, but you are home here in Chicago. So just how special is the city of Chicago to you?
I think the city of Chicago, Naperville, across the board is just so special. And to me, I think, you know, not to, like, ruin what I'm hopefully going to say in my speech, but, like, if you come back, to me, that says a lot more. Like, I went away, I grew, I saw, like, kind of what the world had to offer, but I, like, wanted to come back. And there is nothing like Chicago sports. There's nothing like people from the Midwest. There's nothing like the mindset. And you can always tell people, like, from the Midwest. You know, there's a certain vibe, and there is no greater city in the summer. In the summer than Chicago. And yeah, like, I just think the city is so special to me. Obviously, like, everything about it, but really just the people. To me, like, it really is special to, like, see so many familiar faces that have seen me, like, first pick up a basketball, go through the process, go through the ups and downs, the grind, all that.
We'll go to Nancy, second row, you're ready.
Candace, what does it mean to have a jersey retired?
To me, I don't think I can't lie to you and tell you, like, that was the goal. The goal was to hang a banner. I think that's the thing I'm most proud of. I don't think I'm sitting here unless we have a banner. To be honest with you, I wouldn't want to be sitting here unless we had a banner in the rafters. But I do think, like, all those hours in the gym, you know, my parents telling me that I could do and be anything I wanted to, I just think it goes to prove, like, you know, you can write your own story. And, you know, I wasn't drafted here. I was in LA, but somehow I found my way back here. And to play here was an honor. And so to see it go into the rafters, it means so much. It really does. And I think it's taken along my teammates, my coaches, the organization as a whole with me. So I'm super grateful.
We'll go to Chris in the front row.
Hey, Candace. Had your jersey retired in LA also. How do you differentiate these two evenings? I mean, obviously you still have signature ceremony, but how do you differentiate LA and Chicago in those two ceremonies?
I think it's super different. Like, every journey is different, but it was especially amazing to bring my kids back here and see the city and see basketball through their eyes. So I think that's the difference. Like, it was a grind in LA. Like, I was trying to figure it out. I was a new mom. I feel like this is like the like upbringing, like little me. And then now it's like the experienced me, and I get to come back and kind of reflect. And I don't know, I don't know if that answered your question. I kind of went everywhere, but I think I was more experienced and more seasoned, if you will, when I came back here.
We'll go to Alyssa in the front row.
I just got to the point in your book where you come back to Chicago from LA, and you talk about how, like, refreshing it was to be asked to lead here.
Well, first, there was no other team I would have gone to but Chicago. It was either stay in LA or come to Chicago. And I just looked at the style of play. I looked at the energy. And you know how you feel like there's, like, what you can add. And I don't even think I understood, like, the type of people and the energy that I was stepping into. And I say that where, like, everybody remembers the banner, but, like, we were 500. Like, we were bad. Let's just be honest. Like, we were really bad. It took some single elimination games for us to win the championship, honestly. And honestly, like, they're super special to me. And from a team standpoint, like, regardless of the wins and the banner and the championship, which is extra, like, sprinkles on top, I think just in terms of the people, you know, and I think they've impacted me in so many different ways. We still stay in touch. I was super surprised to see Ka here. Like, it was super special to me. So, I don't know. I just feel like it was a perfect kind of puzzle. Like, all of us kind of brought what we needed to bring to the table. And, again, I always look at people, like, when it's tough, when it's hard, when it's difficult. And I think they were the same people in the good times as they were in the bad. And so I think that was what was so intriguing about this group. And for me to come, and I'm obviously happy I did.
We'll go back to Annie, front row.
Slightly changing the subject, but one part of your career that a lot of your colleagues have spoken about is what you've, again, done off the court, and the businesswoman you were always juggling alongside being a player. What was the first thing you ever invested in when you became, like, a pro? Like,
That's amazing.
where was your
That's a great
business
question.
going?
So I invested in tech. My first investment was Genie's, to be honest with you. My first major investment, I should say. And it came through, honestly, like, guidance, being in the right place at the right time, people, and, like, mentors that I've had, in making sure that you're planning the next step before you take it. And what has been so special to me is to watch, like, the conversations and the dinners and over wine, like, we've had, like, especially with Ka, and then, like, to watch her grow in that space. And so I've been impacted by so many people that have been my mentors and shown me in business, like, that there's life after basketball. Like, everybody wants to pay attention when you're playing, rightfully so. But, like, we also got to grow the game outside the lines. And for the people that are kind of transitioning, like, we still have more to give. And I think through, like, that business, through mentors, it's shown me, like, there's more to life than just playing basketball.
We'll go to Brian.
Candace, you balanced motherhood along with your playing career. Just wanted to get your thoughts on how meaningful was that, Layla, along with the championship?
We're a team, man. And Layla knows it. Like, anywhere I was, she was. And, you know, we've grown up together. We've played in, gosh, so many different countries, overseas, so many different cities. I didn't spend a night away from her until she was 3 years old. We would get on planes and she'd be like, is this a long flight, lay down flight, or a juice flight? Like, she would ask me that. So it was, it's unbelievable to see her growing into her own. And I think a lot of the choices that I made for us later in life were as a result of her, and making sure that I'm putting her first. Because for so many years, it was just like, all right, Mommy, like, we're going to China. All right, Mommy, we're going to Russia. All right, Mommy, we're going to Turkey. All right, Mommy, we're getting on a flight to Minnesota. Like, that was her life. And so it's super cool for me to be able to be present for her now and her most formative years, but also, like, it was a superpower to have her by my side. Like, she made basketball second, and for the first time in my life, you know? And I think because of that, it allowed me to open up to see other things, see business, see TV, media, all those things, because, man, I was, like, tunnel vision for such a long time until I had her and realized, like, you know, there's more to life than just the game of basketball.
Go to Cheryl in the back.
Hi.
What is a night like this mean for your whole family to be able to enjoy it with you here in Chicago?
Well, we first started, we watch WNBA all the time. Like, it's on television constantly. And my son, like, was so surprised when he found out I played in the WNBA. My wife was pregnant with him when we won the championship here in Chicago. And So like the last week or so, we've been watching YouTube. I'm like, oh no, you're gonna know mommy played. And so we've been watching YouTube, and so now he like knows Chicago Sky, and he knows LA Sparks, and he knows like Las Vegas Aces, and like, you know, his godmom is Chelsea, so he knows like basketball a little bit. But I think in terms of like being able to see the family members and my two youngest sons through their eyes, like to see them see my jersey go on the rafters, and they may not remember it, but they're going to be a part of it and a part of the moment. So I think that's what I'm super excited for. Having my family here, my high school teammates are here, my high school coach is here. I mean, it's surreal to be able to have these people really like in the building to be able to share this moment.
We have time for 3 more questions. We'll go to Carly in the 3rd row, and then we'll close out with Alyssa and Chris.
There's only a handful of people from the state of Illinois, Chicagoland area that have their jerseys retired. Big Buckets, D Rose getting his later, and then your teammate here, Allie Quigley, and then yourself. What does that mean to not only have your rafter hung, but have it hung in your hometown amongst other legendary names here in the city that have done great things for the city as well?
There's nothing like it. And what's crazy is, like, Allie and I battled. Like, she played for a rival AAU team. We actually tried to get her to join our squad, this sharpshooter that couldn't miss. So to kind of grow up playing against her, I saw D Rose play when he was with Ferrari in 6th grade, playing the same way that he played in the NBA. So it's kind of like the backstory of everything. Like, all of us kind of knew. Like, before, when Allie was going team to team, it was like, I don't understand how people don't understand how special this young lady is. And then to be there for her 3-point contest where she just set the bar and set the record and let everybody know over and over and over again that she was the best shooter in the WNBA. And to watch D Rose again, like, grow into his own and see him win MVP. So I think all of us have kind of known, but to be able to celebrate it and to be a part of, like, the history of it and to know when, it's super special. So I'm grateful to join that crew, and it'll be really cool to bring my grandkids back and be like, your grandma could hoop a little bit.
We'll go back to Alyssa in the front row.
Hey, Candace. Something that stands out about you is your willingness to self-reflect, like even if it makes you uncomfortable. And I think that's very rare. So I'm curious, like, who in your life modeled that for you?
That is an awesome question. I think I have had some amazing examples. One of the best was Coach Summit, honestly. I think Coach Summit was the most humble, look in the mirror, figure out what she could do better before pointing the finger and raising the bar. I think there's a big difference in bosses and leaders, and I talk about this all the time. Like, bosses push, leaders pull. Like, they get to where they want the team to go and pull you there. And I think there's, like, vulnerability is a superpower. Brene Brown. But it's a superpower. And the leaders that I have followed the best have been the ones that have really been into, like, looking at themselves, how they can get better, figuring out the journey, figuring out how they can make those around them better. And people are going to talk, people are going to say things, which is fine, but it's being true to who you are and not worrying about the noise. Because guess what? It wasn't popular when I dribbled when I was 6'4". People called my dad crazy, and now look at the game, And so it's like sometimes the times aren't there. And I feel like self-reflection really allows you to, like, move forward, really get better, and have growth, which is what all of us want to do.
Last question from Chris in the front.
So it's kind of a Chicago-based question. The last 10 years of Chicago sports have not been great.
I mean, we got a Cubs World Series.
Yeah, but since then,
Cubs. You said what?
I said go Sox.
Oh gosh, you can't say Go Sox this year. Go ahead.
since then, the only team that has ever brought back a championship to Chicago is your team. I mean, as you kind of reflect the years since then, how special is it to actually have delivered that to the city?
It is unbelievable. My childhood, I grew up in the 90s, as a lot of people in the Chicagoland did, and it was like E. Portillo's, E. Giordano's, go to Grant Park in June because the Bulls were going to win the championship. Like, those 3 things were for sure. And living in the city, it was like winning was the bar. If you didn't win, like, there was nothing else. So to, like, see the Stanley Cups, to see the Chicago Bulls, to then be a part of like bringing a championship to Chicago is like surreal, to be honest with you. I'm still waiting on the remix of the Super Bowl Shuffle. It might come, we'll see. But to be from here, like to win a championship here, you know, it's nothing like it. And so, you know, now like going out, landing in the city, seeing Chicago sky, seeing it. I mean, on the way to the playoffs, game 4, like the Lions were in Chicago sky jerseys. Like this whole city was excited for us. And I think winning in Chicago is nothing like it.